It's a Thursday. We're on the campus of Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. And we're here to catch a single A baseball game for the Orem Owls. The Orem Owls are a part of the Angels organization. So let's go see what a game is like at Brent Brown Ballpark. In. The Owls are going to get on the board. Now, we haven't been to a whole lot of games at this point, but I will say that the home team is undefeated when I'm in the building and doing a vlog. You gotta love when you come to the ball game and they update the lineups and the standings in marker. Oh, the Owls, they're in first place. Woo! If you can look here, the Orem Owls, they actually play right next to the freeway. That's I-15 here in Utah. Not the most scenic of venues, though Utah Lake in the distance is pretty nice. Looking the other direction, the beautiful Wasatch Mountains really help Brent Brown Ballpark welcome its guests. Now, my very favorite baseball team is the Minnesota Twins, and the craziest thing in the world has happened here at the Orem Owls baseball game. I had no idea this was going to happen, and I can't hardly believe it. But Torii Hunter, the All-Star center fielder for my Minnesota Twins, 9 consecutive Golden Gloves and 5 All-Star game selections. He's one of my absolute favorite players, and I cannot believe that he's here tonight. His son's on the team, but he's here. I can't believe this. Well, I did it. I got the courage up. I went and said hello to one of my heroes. I love Torii Hunter. I freaking love Torii Hunter. I said hello to him. He took a picture with me. I was a maniac. He told me to be a maniac. I'm still just trying to gather all my thoughts and get them together. Torii Hunter is one of my absolute favorite athletes ever, and that was a real surprise and a real treat. I can't believe that happened. Now, Torii Hunter was here to watch his son play. That's Torii Hunter Jr. So tonight, the Owls are taking on the Great Falls Voyagers. The Voyagers are a single-A team. They're in the Pioneer League, and they come from Great Falls, Montana. Orem, a great place to live, work, and play ball. Fans can sit all along the outfield in the grass and over there on the berm on the third base line. One of the things that's kind of cool about the Brent Brown Ballpark is where the bullpen is for the home team. The Owls bullpen's right there against the berm, and if fans wanted to go talk to one of the prospects, they certainly could do it. Now, speaking of prospects, there's been quite a few successful prospects that have actually come through the Orem Owls organization. Alexi Casilla was an Orem Owl. Eric Ibar, Mark Trumbo,
Jason Sanchez,
Irvin Santana, Gene Segura, and Cole Calhoun all played for the Owls. And that's the fun part about coming to a minor league baseball game. You just never know who might be playing in front of you. The key is just trying to remember who you saw in the first place. Now, one of the very cool things that they have out here at the Orem Owls game is some kids. Inflatables, you can play baseball over there. And look at this amazing playground for the children to enjoy. but there aren't very many kids in it, despite a lot of kids being here. And I think I figured out the reason why. Kids area, $3. Now this is Utah. There are a lot of kids here. You would think there'd be more kids in there. But one thing that's also true about Utah, the people here tend to be quite cheap from what I understand. It's not the best place in the world to be a waitress. It's nicer to just say that they're frugal. Now at the same time, it's a little bit chintzy by the Orem Owls, I have to say. I haven't seen a major league team charge for their kids' playground area. And yet that's what they do exactly here. Now believe me, I know that it could possibly be a whole lot of chaos if they let all the kids here just play on that playground. But if they can figure out how to take care of that at the major league ballpark, certainly they can get it done here. Unless the children here in Orem, Utah are just uncontainable. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think they should charge for that at all. I'm for the happiness of children without a cost to the parents. Now out in center field, looks like Big O Tires is offering $50,000 to one of these young men to hit a home run. $50,000, a lot of cheese. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, they're out at the old ball game. He doesn't like take me out to the ball game. Rally, the mascot for the Orem Owls. Rally likes eating a hot dog and having a drink at the game. He also likes having a baseball for a head. Now, I've been called hard-headed before, but dealing with Rally must be horrible. Now, if that doesn't fuel your nightmares, I don't know what will. Now, they do provide for the children face painting. You can see this. They draw little owl faces on children. That's complimentary, but weirdly, the playground, not complimentary. It doesn't make much sense, does it? Now, I have a little bit of a history, tiny bit of a history with the Orem Owls. So it was several years ago, but I came to an Orem Owls game with some of my friends from college. And while we were at the game, we were having a grand old time. But as my friends and I, we did something horrible at the game. In fact, we got thrown out of Brent Brown Ballpark. Well, not thrown out. Here's the story. The owner of the Owls came up to myself and 2 of my friends and asked us to leave the ball game. And then he said, by the way, I'm not really asking. So what was our crime? What was it that we did that made the Orem Owls owner ask us to leave his ballpark and leave the game? We were cheering for the Orem Owls, but too loudly. Can you imagine the horror? People cheering at an Orem Owls game. Basically it goes like this. We were sitting behind the away team dugout, and we were just screaming and yelling and trying to get in the head of the opposing team's pitcher. And it was working. The Owls were absolutely shelling this pitcher. He was having a horrible outing. And we were having a great time. We were affecting the game. But apparently, there were other people at the baseball game who didn't like us being so loud. So they were season ticket holders, and they went over and asked the Orem Owls owner to tell us to quiet down. Now, we were in college, and so we took that as a challenge on ourselves. We got more creative with the way we were cheering. And ultimately, because we were still noisy at a sporting event, the owner of the Orem Owls said, please stop cheering for our team. Or at least don't cheer so loudly. Just clap when everybody else claps. It was something I never thought would happen. An owner of a baseball team asking us to not cheer for his baseball team. But that's what happened. Eventually, my buddy Brett, he kept cheering. He was so loud. I was probably a little loud too. But he was so loud that it led to the owner asking us to leave and then said, by the way, I'm not asking. So we left. This is actually my first time to an Orem Owls game in years. The atmosphere is about the same as it's always been. Nice family venue. The berm is really nice for people to sit on, and the crowd's kind of sleepy, but you know, it's single A baseball. At the same time, if you have a passionate fan who actually cheers for the single A baseball team like the Orem Owlz, the owner of the team may just ask you to stop cheering for them and then ask you to leave the game because you're cheering. As you can imagine, if the worst thing that you have to deal with at an Orem Owlz baseball game is the fact that people are actually cheering for the team, I guess it's a pretty safe and friendly and family environment, but it's not necessarily a great sporting venue. And I would say that this environment's been earned. The owner's attitude is that way, and if the season ticket holders are complaining about a little bit of noise at a sporting event, it's no big surprise at the Orem Owlz. You know, not a lot of passion. And it speaks a little bit to what the community can be like sometimes here. That's just it. It could be a really exciting and crazy venue here. There's 2 universities, and they're both huge. Utah Valley University and BYU. They've got so many students at both those schools. There's so many students around here, and all the energy that the students could provide. If they had an environment that allowed a little bit of rowdiness and let those students loose, this could be a lot of fun. But alas, the decision's been made. A quiet, congenial experience at the park. I mean, maybe the reason they spell owls with a Z, because it's the place that they want people to catch their Z's? I mean, there's lots of people here with blankets, to be honest. I mean, these people might be asleep. I don't even know. Oh, nope. Now we have potential for some dramatics. 1-1 entering the 8th inning. And given the magic touch of my vlogs, I think the Owls are going to come away with the victory here. It's the bottom of the 9th. Tie game. And the hype is real. No outs, man on first. Look at all the clapping hands.
Everybody clap your hands.
Even the infectious everybody clap your hands. Bases loaded for the Owls. Nobody out. The crowd in silent anticipation. Oh, here we go. Fly deep. We're saving it home. Woo! Walk off. All right. The vlog stays undefeated. Well, all things told, an experience at Brent Brown Ballpark is just fine. The game tonight, fantastic game. The Orem Owlz come out victorious. And honestly, the biggest thing is like, how much of a fluke and how crazy is it that I'm wearing this? I've got my Minnesota hockey shirt on, and Torii Hunter's in the building. You know, his son's on the team, so it's not so crazy, but I can't believe that I met Torii Hunter tonight. So, as sleepy as the crowd may have been, I was hyped all night. I was hyped all night because Torii Hunter, one of my heroes, one of the people who made me love sports, love baseball, was in the building tonight. I got a chance to meet him for a minute and speak with him. I told him how much fun I had watching him play, and I thanked him for the fun that he gave me, and he said he had a lot of fun doing it. I'm sure he did. He played with a lot of fun, always had a smile and played with intensity. So anyway, I'll never forget that. And so hey, it was a win coming to the Orem Owlz. Thanks for coming to the game with me. Now make sure you subscribe down below, follow us, we've got more games coming. and we'll catch up with you next time. That's it. I think they came out tonight to make sure if anyone was cheering, they would get rid of them.